has anchored the offensive line for the last 3 seasons as its center. In his career, he has 19 total tackles, 3 of which for loss and 2 sacks. On the offensive line, he has helped the Builders break numerous offensive records, including the most points scored in a season in 2022. He's also been named USCAA All-Academic twice in his career. Ladies and gentlemen, a senior from Palmyra, Virginia, number 60, Alden Kuster. Our final senior today is Hayden Moody. Hayden has seen action in 26 games on the offensive line, mainly as an offensive tackle. He's helped the Builders break numerous records on the offensive side of the football. Over the course of his career, the Builders have amassed over 4,100 rushing yards and 7,600 passing yards, including the most prolific offensive season in program history 2 years ago in 2022. Ladies and gentlemen, a senior from Republic, Missouri, number 73, Hayden Moody. Ladies and gentlemen, please join the Apprentice School Department of Athletics and the Apprentice Athletics Booster Club with one more round of applause for the football class of 2024. Xavier Hunter, Jyshawn Jackson, Grant Swanger, Rashard Phipps, Alden Kuster, and Hayden Moody. Your senior class of 2024.
So the Neptune Bowl is next week?
Yep.
Ladies and gentlemen, one more round of applause for the senior class of 2024.
Is that 11 minutes before the anthem? Well, sorry, the game.
We'll go anthem in about 4.5 minutes.
Okay. Any idea who our captains are?
No. Captain? I'm gonna guess seniors.
Aha! That's a very good guess.
Captain? Whoever's in charge of the playlist.
Your officials for today's contest, as assigned by the Old Dominion Athletic Conference and the USA South Conference. Your back judge is Michael Brown. Side judge Tony Hare. Field judge Stephen Clayton. Line judge Cardise Reed. Your head linesman is Ben Lee. The umpire is Brian Miller. And the referee wearing the white hat is Chip Bishop.
Yours truly. Don't need that.
Pass that first.
He's not around ball yet.
Had our first home game Wednesday.
Okay, how you doing?
We won 19.
Crushed it.
That's the ex-quarterback, ain't it?
Yep.
I recognize.
All right, we're in the maroon on maroon. We are 3-1. When we wear maroon on maroon.
Superstitious, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, gosh. 7 on the clock. Yeah. Okay. Hey, just a heads up for you guys for hearing that. They're going to do the anthem in about 3 minutes.
Is there an extra hits?
Yeah, that's his.
This is
Oh.
you.
Okay.
Yeah, this is, I want to say,
Check, 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 check. Check 1, 2. Check, check, check.
Well, there goes the 10. That 10 just broke.
That is gone.
No! This ain't the day for it, baby.
No, it's not.
That 10 just broke.
Oh, it didn't break. It snapped. You can see where it snapped at.
Wait, the gray tin or the white tin?
The blue,
The blue one.
The blue one.
The blue
Oh,
one.
shit.
It snapped.
Oh,
Today ain't the day. I mean, it's
It snapped. I can see where
I
it
mean,
snapped at.
if you don't put those like cuts in it where the air can go through it, you're pretty much all you all you're doing is pretty much just putting up a parachute.
Yeah.
As soon as air gets on under it, it's gonna take off.
Yeah, they know it now.
Yeah,
Sandbags is
today ain't the day for.
tin education 101.
It's not.
Yeah, today ain't the day.
But you're right, Howard. You got to put the cuts in it.
Yeah, you got to put those cuts in it so
the
that
wind
air.
go through.
Yeah, so they have somewhere to go. Right.
Oh, man.
Sucks to suck.
Yeah, but you know what? I lost 2 tenths that way.
Oh, gosh.
Oh, I've lost
Speaking
money
from
out on the
experience.
I
field.
lost. Yeah. Oh, I'm telling you. When I was running flag football league down in Richmond, bought a nice old tent, $165. That wind caught that summer gun.
Check
When it
this shit,
struck,
Brian
he just
Miller
took it and had it totally
Lee
across the field.
Carter.
The field out. We honor those who have served and continue to serve with the playing of our national anthem.
What did it say? Well, I was going live, and then all of a sudden, a little message popped up and said, "Oh, failed to start live," which they had been sitting for 5, 6, 7 minutes, and then all of a sudden, a little message showed up and said, "Oh, you can't do this." Which
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back once again to Newport News, Virginia, home of the Apprentice School Builders. Once again, we are so grateful and so thankful that you could join us on this glorious afternoon as your Apprentice School Builders prepare to take on the Mustangs of Monroe College out of the state of New York. Hello again, everybody. Howard McCain here, bringing you today's play-by-play action as it happens live here at the Apprentice Builder Field. Jonathan Britton is our engineer-producer, and yes, Jonathan stayed up last night to watch the entire Paul Tyson fight. What a farce. But anyway, we'll talk about that later on. But we have a football game that we have to bring to you this afternoon as both teams' captains are at the center field or midfield logo, and we're about to get the coin flip as Xavier Hunter, Jay-Sean Jackson, Alden Custer, and Hayden Moody are joined by Malik Matthew and Raiden Oliver at the midfield logo as Chip Bishop tosses the coin into the air to find out who is going to get the football first in this afternoon's contest. And it should be a pretty good one as Coach Vincent Brown, who is in his fourth season at the helm for the Builders, comes in to today's contest with a season record of 5-4 and an overall record right at 500 at 19 games up, 19 games down. So it looks like the Mustangs have won the toss, and they have elected to receive the football. On the other side of the field, the Mustangs will be led this afternoon by their head coach, Kevin Pulley Jr., who is in his third season at the helm for the Mustangs. He has a career record of 13-15, got choked up right there, and the Mustangs come in with an overall record on the season of 4-5. So it should be a very competitive contest here this afternoon as the Builders, again, 5-4. Now, today will mark the final regular season game for the Builders. Why? Due to a forfeit by one of their opponents, the Georgia Warhawks, the Builders will make this their last game of the season. Next week, they will venture into the Neptune Bowl for their final game of the season to see who will be the winner of that contest. So both teams are making their way onto the playing surface, and we're about set to get started here. Again, Builders looking to end the season on a high note and try to get out of here with a 6-4 record without falling to 500 at 5-5. So both teams are set. There was a bit of the debate here in the press box. Again, we're coming to you live from the Jimmy Wilson press box here. Was a bit of a debate as to whether or not this was going to be a beautiful uniform matchup. Hey, I think it is. I think right now that should look absolutely beautiful coming through whatever media source that you're watching the football game. But we are about to get things underway as the opening kick dribbles along the playing surface. That one is fielded by the Mustangs. Mustangs, nice return on the opening kickoff. That's going to set them up with great opening field position as they bring out the offense. Offense is going to be led onto the field by one of their captains, Raiden Oliver. He's a quarterback out of Montclair, New Jersey. Now, you'll probably hear me call their classifications quite a bit. When you do, you hear me say freshman, 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 freshman over and over for this Mustang team. Well, they are a junior college, ladies and gentlemen. So if this is these guys' first year in junior college, yes, they will all be classified as either a freshman, or if they're in their second year at the junior college level, they'll be classified as a redshirt sophomore or a redshirt freshman. So we are about set to get started here as Oliver is joined in the backfield by his running back, Jackson. Fake. Oliver comes out throwing on the first play. He makes a connection on the left side to his wide out. That's Jay-Sean Amin. And he's going to surge upfield for more than enough for a first down. So that's going to push the visiting Mustangs into plus territory. Football sits at the Builder 38-yard line. 1st and 10 as Oliver and his offense come out in a 4 wide receiver set. Single set back to his left. It's Jackson is running back. Man in motion. That's Powell. Oliver pressured. Still finds his receiver on a crosser. Once again, that reception is to Amon. And again, Amon makes it upfield for a huge gain. So 2 huge chunk plays so far offensively for the Warhawks. So that's a 19-yard gain on first down. And just like that, the Warhawks are in the red zone. 13:43 remaining, and the hard count gets the Builders to jump. Now, I thought that they would give an opportunity to get back on sides if contact wasn't made with the offensive line, but I believe offensive line contact might have been made, so it's going to be a flag.
Offsides, defense, number 59, 5-yard penalty, first down.
As you just heard from Chip Baker, who is our referee today, our umpire today is Brian Miller. Our head linesman is Matt Lee. Our line judge is Cardis Reed. The field judge this afternoon is Stephen Clayton. The side judge is Tony Hare. Our back judge is Michael Brown. Our not our shot clock operator, but our clock operator, wrong sport, is Alex Bruman. And our 25-second clock operator is Claude Hines. Our officials hail from the ODAC. That's the Old Dominion Athletic Conference. So they will be overseeing the action this afternoon as another positive play for about 9 yards for the Mustangs. Right now, Builder defense not showing any resistance so far on this early drive as the Mustangs are now deep inside Builder territory where they can pick up a first down without getting a touchdown as Oliver looks. Tries to hit his wide receiver in the corner of the end zone. There was enough separation between he and the defensive back in coverage, but he simply overthrew his wide receiver. That was Nasir Hawkins, who's another freshman wide receiver. Ball goes innocently out of the back of the end zone, and the Builder defense holds. Billy Nina was back in coverage from the linebacker position. Builders with an opportunity to get the Warhawks off the field. Warhawks haven't run the football yet. Let's see if they do so here. As the give goes to Jackson. Jackson gets stuffed. He's actually gonna pick up a loss on the play. I think he was actually pushed back about a yard. So it's going to bring up fourth down and about 3 upcoming. As the special teams unit comes on. Builders able to hold. Nice job by that interior defensive line for the Builders to shoot the A and the B gap and meet Jackson right at the point of attack and actually stop him behind the line of scrimmage. So this will be a 29-yard field goal attempt upcoming for the Warhawks. As Joseph Wright puts toe to leather, the kick is up and the kick is good. 12:02 remaining in the first quarter here on Senior Day, and the visiting Warhawks go up 3-0 thanks to a 29-yard field goal by Joshua Wright. So the Builders will take over after the change of possession to see if they themselves can make something happen on their opening drive here on Senior Day. Again, so glad you can join us. Beautiful day here this afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. The temperature right at kickoff is somewhere right around, about 60 degrees. The humidity is really, it doesn't really feel like it, but it's about 56% right now. There's no chance of rain. Cloud cover is somewhat thick, but this is the big one. The winds are blowing out of the northeast at about 13 miles per hour. Now, we thought it may affect that field goal attempt there by Joseph Wright. It did not. So the Warhawks are showing that maybe the elements won't play a role in this afternoon's contest as the Builders are set to receive the kickoff. Kick is high, not very deep. Taken by the Builders. Builders able to get right back around about the 20-yard line. as Kendrick Overton was able to field that one. Get the Builders to their round about their own 20-yard line, and that's where the offense will take over 1st and 10 as Eduardo Rios will lead the offense onto the field. Rios in for the injured Swinger. Oh, correction. Logan Coleman is going to lead the offense onto the field. The 6'2", 210-pound freshman is going to be first up to bat for the Builders on offense. As Coleman and the offense has a stoppage in play. I'm not sure if the 25-second clock expired. It's sitting at 25, so I didn't really see any movement. And it couldn't have been illegal formation because the play had not begun yet. So Chip Baker is in consultation right now with his guys to try to sort out what's going on. Clock is stopped, 11:55 remaining in the first quarter. Again, Builders trailed 3-0 thanks to a 29-yard field goal attempt that was up and good by the place kicker for the Warhawks, Joseph Wright. Let's hear what Chip Baker has to tell us.
False start. Offense. 5 yards. First down.
Okay, so that is going to be marked off on the offense. That was a long consultation just to find out who moved. But at any rate, that's going to be a 5-yard penalty. So the Builders are already off schedule at 1st and 15. I'll kind of explain to you what I mean when I say off schedule in just a moment. Let's get this first offensive play of this afternoon's contest up and going for the Builders. It's Coleman, Logan Coleman. In at quarterback, Coleman looks, steps up, pressured. Directs Xavier Hunter downfield. Xavier was open, but he just overthrew him on the play. And that's going to bring up 2nd and 15 for the Builders. Now, when I say that an offense is off schedule, the goal on every down is to try to pick up at least 3 yards on each down. Anytime you pick up less than that on each play, you are currently off schedule. The goal is to get yourself into a position where you're around 3rd and 2, 3rd and 3, so that your entire playbook is open to your offense. Anything more than that, you're somewhat limited in what you can do offensively to try to pick up a first down. Now, the Builders not only are off schedule, but they are deep in their own territory. So that does kind of take certain plays out of the playbook for the Builders, so they have to be very, very careful with the football as the defense for the Mustangs are playing very close to the line of scrimmage. But Coleman able to find, I believe that's Petty, out in the right flat, wide open past the sticks, and there's some breathing room for the offense. It took us a while to get out here, but, folks, now we're here. Nice pitch and catch that time between Petty and Coleman. As the Builders get quickly to the line of scrimmage, but look to the sideline to get their last instructions from Elton Brown, the offensive coordinator for the Builders, as this give off the left side only gets back to the line of scrimmage is Colby Mess, the 5'9", 180-pound freshman. Clock continues to move. We're now under 11 minutes remaining in the first quarter. As you can see, the sun starting to peek out here in Newport News, Virginia. Builders come out in a 4-wide receiver set. Single setback is now to the left of Coleman. As the Builders go in motion, Coleman pressured. Coleman sacked. Whoa, not only did Coleman sack, he lost the football. That is going to be taken back, I believe, for a touchdown. We get the signal yet from the officials, and there it is. That is going to be a forced fumble. Actually, a bit of a takeaway that time is Teddy McDuffie coming in from his defensive end position during the sack, able to strip the football away from Logan Coleman and race down the field for 46 yards into the end zone for a touchdown and extends the Mustang lead to 9-0 here in the first quarter of action on Senior Day. And if you are a senior, this is not the start that you wanted. So on for the point after. Is Joshua Wright to try to give the visiting Mustangs a 10-0 lead. And we're just barely 5 minutes into the contest, and the Builders already down by 2 scores. The snap, the hold, that one is going to be blocked. Beautiful job of knifing in and getting a hand on that one. You can kind of see that all the way from the press box that was going to be a disastrous attempt, as Kamari Trueblood, who's able to knife in, get a hand on the football, and keep it from going through the upright. So kind of put an asterisk next to that play to see if that missed point after comes back to pay to actually be a player in the outcome of this football game, because we've seen it so many times before where missed point afters come back to haunt teams. So let's kind of put an asterisk next to that, but a great job by Trueblood to keep at least 1 point off of the board for the special teams. So back to receive for the Builders is Xavier Hunter and Marty Braxton. This second kickoff of the first quarter. Again, if you're just joining us, the Monroe Mustangs have gotten on the board so far thanks to a 29-yard field goal by Joshua Wright, as Xavier Hunter fields this one right around the goal line. He's going to bring it out. Makes his way around the right side. Is going to be forced out of bounds right around the 20-yard line, exactly at the 20-yard line. And that is where the Builders will take over 1st and 10. So, again, Joshua Wright with a 29-yard field goal at the 12:02 mark of the first quarter. That gave the Mustangs a 3-0 lead. And as quarterback Logan Coleman was being sacked, Terry McDuffie came and stole the football out of Logan Coleman's hands and raced 46 yards into the end zone to give the Mustangs a 9-0 lead. And the point after was blocked by Trueblood. So our score right now in the first quarter is 9-0 as Coleman goes back to work, able to hit Messi out in the left flat. I'm sorry, I called him Messi. I'm sorry, Kobe Mess. Sorry about that, Miss Mess, if you're watching. We've just ticked down under 10 minutes remaining in the first quarter here on Senior Day. And the apprentice school, as the Builders honor their seniors this afternoon. Builder offense in a full wide receiver set as we get a lot of things going on. So that's going to be a penalty, but I believe that penalty should be against the defense, as one of their defensive ends jumped into the neutral zone. That would be Jameer Simmons, who jumped into the neutral zone.
Offsides, defense. Number 91, that'll be a 5-yard penalty. Result will be a first down.
So that was actually a really smart play by Aiden Custer, because the Builders got to the line of scrimmage. Everyone rose up to look over at the offensive coordinator. When he did that, Jameer Simmons jumped into the neutral zone, and Custer just snapped the ball. So he was able to catch him offsides and pick up a free 5 yards for the Builders. It's Coleman. Finds his receiver, and that's going to be Xavier Hunter. Hunter able to pick up about 8 yards on the play. So it's going to make it 2nd and 2. Upcoming. It's Coleman. 4 wide receiver set. Single setback to his left, no tight end. And if you're scoring at home, that's called 10 personnel. As Coleman decides to try to test the defense downfield, kind of threw up a bit of a punt right there. Good thing that one was not intercepted. It did come up well short of the wide receiver who had broken free out in the flat. That was Rios, Eduardo Rios, who he was trying to hit downfield. So I know you're asking yourself, well, it's only 2nd and 2. Why not just run the football and pick up the first? Well, that's the luxury of it being 2nd and short. You get an opportunity to sort of, I don't know, take a shot, maybe waste a play, so to speak. It only hurts you really if you turn the football over. Coleman did not, so the Builders still have an opportunity to pick up a first down as the give is to Mess. He's going to come up short. He's going to come up short by about a half of a yard. So it'll be interesting to see if Coach Brown and the offense decides to go for this. So I don't see the offense coming off of the field. Keep in mind, this is senior day. You got to trust your guys. And it looks like that's exactly what they're going to do. So the Builders are going to leave the offense on the field. Plenty of time on the play clock. Builders are going to spread them out with a 4 wide receiver set. Single coverage here on the near side with Xavier Hunter. He's matched up with Ty Bowler. Coleman. Flushed, going in the wrong direction, and just throws that one away. So that was a bit of an unusual, far be it for me to ever be critical because I'm not a coach, but that was a bit of an unusual play call on 4th and inches to actually throw. Wait a minute. Oh, I'm sorry. I missed that. Okay, well, ladies and gentlemen, my apologies. I thought that was 4th and inches, but instead that was a first down play. Thank you guys for clearing that up because I thought that was going to be so unusual to run that kind of play on 4th and inches where guys were just running a go route. Delayed handoff to Mess. Mess able to put his foot in the ground and just pivot to the outside. Was able to pick up nice yardage on that run. That puts the Builders in the plus territory for the first time this afternoon. Again, Kobe Mess, the 5'9", 180-pound freshman. Out of Mechanicsville, Virginia. Picks up a much-needed first down for the Builders. Keeps the drive going. Builders trying to cut into this 9-0 deficit they're up against so far in the first quarter here. As the Builders once again, 4 wide receivers set. Single setback to the left of Coleman is Mess. This crossing route goes to Xavier Hunter. And that's going to just get him right back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. As the crowd continues to slowly make their way into the stadium. Again, windy day here. Thankfully, we're in the Jimmy Wilson press box, so the wind is off of our backs. Logan. Coleman again in at quarterback. Messi to his left. Coleman steps up. He's flushed. He's sacked. The football is out again. And there to pick it up are the Mustangs, and the Mustangs are going to take this one all the way back for another touchdown. There are no flags. So that scoop and score is going to go for about 56 yards. Another touchdown for the visiting Mustangs. Nope, there is a flag. Hallelujah. So did something happen on the run back? Was there taunting or? Chip Baker is conversing right now with his umpire, Brian Miller.
On the change of possession, on the run back, we have personal foul, unnecessary roughness. Return team number be 15 yards from the spot of the foul, first down.
So that's going to be a fortuitous call for the offense, for the Builders. So there was a personal foul penalty that was called on the Mustangs during the return. So the flag was dropped, and they're going to mark it back 15 yards from where the flag was dropped. So that's going to put the football back to the Builder 48-yard line. And that's where the Builders will take over. Well, I'm sorry, not the Builders. The Mustangs will take over with Raiden Oliver at quarterback. So Builders so far, 2 drives, 2 turnovers. It's just not the way you want to start things on senior day as the Builders are able to bow up and stop the run. So that's going to be, I think, about a yard loss. So that'll put the football back at the 40-yard line of the Builders. About 6:23 remaining here in the first quarter. So Oliver with his single setback behind him, I believe that might be Rodriguez Johnson. As no pressure right now on Oliver, but he throws a beautiful spiral. Able to hit his wide receiver who's going to drag about 3 Builders with him inside the 5-yard line. He's able to hit Donovan Brown, his wide receiver. Listen, I'm here because I'm calling the game for the home team. But man, you gotta recognize game on that one right there. That was a beautiful spiral that he was able to deliver across the middle from Oliver to Brown to set them up 1st and goal inside the Builder 5-yard line. Ball sitting on the 2. Builders in danger of giving up points here. As Oliver fires into the end zone, pass incomplete, and there come the flags. So barring something different, that is going to be a pass interference or either holding on the defense, as Chip Baker is going to give us the call here momentarily. So that'll be half the distance to the goal, so that'll move it from the 2 to the 1. 5:13 remaining in the first quarter. Bit of a disastrous first quarter so far for the home team. Here's Chip Baker.
Pass interference on the defense, number 11. The foul occurred in the end zone. We were on the 2-yard line to go to the 1. First down.
So that call is on Kamari Trueblood. Again, you remember his name because he's the one that blocked the point after attempt just a little while ago. So that'll make it 1st and goal from the 1 is, again, Johnson. Single setback next to Oliver, the quarterback. Oliver decides to keep, and he backs his way into the end zone for a 1-yard touchdown run. And that will increase the Mustang lead to 15-0 over the Builders at the 5:07 mark of the first quarter. As the Mustang special team makes its way into the field, Joseph Wright, who had his last point after attempt blocked by Trueblood. Let's see if Trueblood can get in and cause some more havoc for Wright. The snap, the hold, the kick is up, and it is through the uprights and good. 5:04 remaining in the first quarter here at Builder Field in Newport News, Virginia. The Builders on senior day trail the Mustangs of Monroe College by a score of 16-0. Welcome back, everybody. Mood in the stadium kind of down right now as the Builders have just given up another touchdown march to the Mustangs after another turnover. So far in the contest, ladies and gentlemen, for the Builders, 2 possessions, 2 turnovers, 2 touchdowns off of those turnovers, which is kind of surprising as we get this kickoff. This one is going to come down to Marty Braxton. Marty Braxton taken down just over the 20-yard line, about the 23-yard line. So starting field position for the Builders has been about right there. And it's kind of surprising that we're getting this kind of performance out of this Mustang team because, you know, when I took a look at some of their season stats, they really don't score a lot. They average, and maybe, you know, in college, that's it is a little bit different, the scoring averages in college as they're related to the pros. You know, in the pros, if you're averaging like about 23 points a game, that's pretty friggin' good. But in college, I mean, you know, that's probably close to average, and that's what they're coming in averaging offensively in this on this season are the Mustangs. But they have just been very, very efficient on offense, as that first down run by Mess is going to net a -1. So once again, the Builders are off schedule. So that's going to put a little bit more pressure on Coleman to try to make a play. As the Mustangs show blitz. Builders try for a wide receiver screen that goes absolutely nowhere as Overton is dropped for another loss. So that one is a -4 on that play. So that's going to make it 3rd down and 15. Builders back it up to their own 17-yard line as the clock continues to tick now. 3:50 remaining in the first quarter. As the Builders trying to get something going, anything. Right now having a tough time up front, keeping this defensive line, who right now are, I thought they're going to rush 3, they're going to rush 4. It's Coleman. Once again, wasn't really flushed out of the pocket, but decided to run instead, and it's going to get drilled. He's going to be well short of a first down. He bounces back up, but there is a flag on the play. Builders hopefully can keep their fingers crossed and hope that this is against the Mustangs. It was dropped as Coleman left the pocket. So I'm not sure if this may be defensive holding. If it is, that'll be 5 yards and an automatic first down. Again, long conversation between the officials. As the conversation continues. And the conversation continues. Our seniors that are being honored today again are Grant Swanger, Alden Custer, Rashad Phipps, Hayden Moody.
Holding, defense, number 21. Automatic first down.
Jay-Sean Jackson and Xavier Hunter are our senior honorees this afternoon, as the Builders will pick up a first down thanks to a penalty. Coleman, again, was flushed out of the pocket, able to pick up a few yards on 3rd down, but that holding penalty was just enough to give the Builders a first down, as this inside handoff goes to Mess. Mess gets about maybe a half yard on first down. Right now, the run game not quite there outside of that run earlier from Mess to get the Builders out of minus territory into plus territory. Other than that, everything has been right around the right line of scrimmage. So this defensive front has been really, really hard to move so far in this contest, as we're now to 2:45 remaining in the first quarter. Builders down by 2 possessions, 16-0. Coleman is flushed once again. He's pressured. Did not see the pressure coming from his right side, and he's going to be taken down for a loss on the play thanks to that sack. They didn't really blitz on that one. That was coming from the defensive end spot. That's Tavian Copeland. He's another freshman. That's going to back the Builders back all the way back to their own 31-yard line. That's going to make it 3rd down and 17. A second ago, it was 3rd down and 15, but the Builders were able to get a holding penalty in the secondary, and that gave the Builders a 1st down as Mess goes into motion. Coleman once again steps up in the pocket. Now that time, Coleman stepped right into the pressure. Jacob Brown is going to be credited with the sack, and that's going to be a stop on 3rd down, and that will force the Builders' first punt of the afternoon. Coleman may have gotten happy feet on that one. I believe if he would have stayed in the pocket and continued to go through his progressions, he probably could have found someone to throw the football to, but instead he stepped up into the pocket and stepped right into the awaiting arms of Jacob Brown, who was more than happy to give him a hug. Builders get this in the way, a bit of a knuckler. That one is going to run, and it's going to go out of bounds just, I believe, inside the 30-yard line. Yep, and it will at the 28-yard line, and that is where the Mustangs will take over on their next possession. So far, the Mustangs have scored every time they've gotten their hands on the football, whether that be conventionally by marching it down the field or whether that be unconventionally by the defense converting a turnover into an instant touchdown. So here's an opportunity for the Builders to try and see if they can get the Mustangs to give the football back. 57 seconds left in the first quarter. As Raiden Oliver, who again, have you noticed the Mustangs, they've only run the football, I think, once. And that was a quarterback keeper at the 1-yard line where Raiden Oliver was able to get into the end zone for a 1-yard touchdown run. Outside of that, folks, they have not. No, I take that back. I think they've run the football twice. The Builders have actually done a good job against the run. I think right now, as far as rushing yardage, I think overall they're probably in the negative. The Mustangs are probably rushing for negative yardage so far in the contest. So everything has been Oliver throwing the football so far, and he's been grossly effective. As that give, once again, up the middle, it goes absolutely nowhere. So the Builders doing an exceptional job so far against the run. We just got to figure out a way what we're going to do with the pass. And that is going to be a stoppage in play. That is the end.
That's the end of the first quarter. End of the first quarter.
As you heard from Chip Baker, that is the end of the first quarter. So after one here at Builder Field on Senior Day, the Mustangs of Monroe College leads the Builders by a score of 16-0. Don't go anywhere. The start of the second quarter is coming up. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're about to start the second half of action here at Builder Field. It's 3rd down and 7 is Oliver. Pressured right in his face. Over the middle, that's picked off. Builders, Sincere Hawkins. Hawkins goes around the right side. He's going to be pulled out of bounds. I'm really surprised, and there it goes. I thought that may at least be a horse collar or a face mask on that return, so that's going to be half the distance to the goal line. There's going to be another couple of flags. So we know that the first flag came out is more than likely going to be a personal foul penalty, but then these other flags that were dropped after the play were over may end up being personal flag penalties as well. So one happened during the play as the other flags came after the play. So it's going to be interesting to see what's going to happen. So we did see on the return of the interception by Sincere Hawkins, Marlon Wheatley, the right tackle, was in pursuit of Hawkins to try to keep him out of the end zone, did tackle him high. Let's see what Chip Bishop is going to tell us.
We had a change of possession. It'll be 1st down for the Apprentice. After the play was over, unsportsmanlike conduct on both teams. That'll offset 1st down.
Okay, so we're a bit confused, and I apologize if I'm the only one. Now, there was a penalty flag that came down as Sincere Hawkins was being tackled on the play. After the whistle had blown, 2 more penalty flags came out. So we did not address the penalty that took place during the play. So maybe that's what they're still talking about right now, because we haven't whistled things into play, or someone should at least inquire about that, because there was a penalty flag that came down during the play and penalty flags that came down after the play. Now, I can understand if the penalty flags that came down after the play are offsetting, but what about the penalty flag that came down during the play? So maybe that's what Chip Bishop and the officials, and I apologize to Chip Bishop's family. I was calling him Baker, but it's Chip Bishop. I have terrible handwriting sometimes, but it looks like it is not going to be addressed. So I thought that would have at least been half the distance to the goal line. That would have put the football at the 5, but instead it's going to be at the 10 as Coleman is in the backfield with a fullback and his tailback, Messi. Messi barrels into the line of scrimmage. Short gain on the play of maybe about a yard and a half. Substitutions coming to the football game for the Builders. I don't know. I'm still confused. I'm still confused. So the Builders still have some work to do. They actually said no gain on the play. So it's going to be 2nd down and 10 again as Coleman, 4 wide receivers, looks to the right. Nothing there. He's pressured, and he's going to be taken down. So that will be sack number 3 for the defense as Rowan Baptiste will be credited with that sack, but there's going to be a flag. And that was back where Coleman was taken down. It's going to be a personal foul, maybe a face mask or unnecessary roughness or what? Because his flag was not dropped near the line of scrimmage. So the discussion here amongst our staff in the press box is this happened after the play. Let's see what Chip has to tell us.
After the play's over, personal foul. Number 73 on the offense. Number 38 on the defense. Those will all set. going to be 3rd down.
So that's going to be offsetting fouls between Rowan Baptiste and Hayden Moody. Hayden Moody, again, one of our seniors that was honored prior to the start of this afternoon's contest. So that is going to put the football at the 15-yard line. So the sack is going to count. So it's still 3rd and goal for the Builders from the 15-yard line of the Mustangs. 4 wide receiver set once again for the Builders. Single setback is Messi. Coleman is flushed and sacked again. Jacob Brown. Jacob Brown is killing our A and B gap up front. And he's able to get to Coleman before the wide receivers can even finish a route. So the Builders have stayed in that 4 wide receiver set the entire contest, and we've already given up 3 sacks. So Logan Eastman will come on to try to attempt a 39-yard field goal as the wind continues to blow here. You can see the flags up around the top of the goalpost are not still. The snap, the hold, the kick, not even close. That one is bounced around and is picked up by the Mustangs. That was Jalen Long that was able to get inside and block that one. And if it wasn't Jaden Long, it was probably going to be a couple of other guys on the special teams that had a shot at blocking that one. Jaden Long, the 6'3", 215-pound redshirt sophomore, was able to get in on special teams. And that football, listen, that football wasn't even blocked by Jaden Long's arms. That football was blocked by Jaden Long's torso, which shows you just how deep his penetration was into our special teams up front to get to the kicker to actually be able to block that one. That is just crazy. So a heck of a start to this afternoon's contest for the Builders. So they come away empty after that long interception return by Sincere Hawkins. So the Mustangs back at it as they turn it over. Whoa, did you see that stab out of the air by Chase Gaines? Oh my God, I'm so disappointed that we do not have instant replay because that was gorgeous. I mean, he caught that with all hands. Incredible, beautiful job by Chase Gaines from that inside linebacker position to drop back into coverage and to be in the right place at the right time to just stab that one right out of the air. Hallelujah for tackified gloves, because I tell you, that one is like he caught that one with stickum on his hands. That was beautiful. Nice job, Chase. Beautiful job. I mean, he grabbed it. You remember back when I was little, there was this corner that played for the Raider named Lester Haynes. And Lester Haynes used to use this stuff called stickum. And I'll tell you about that in a second. As Coleman tries to get something going. Wait a minute, that one is tipped and is caught by one of the offensive linemen. Are you kidding me? Folks, we are being treated to it all so far in this first quarter. That one was caught by Gabe Sheffield. He was trying to hit a wide receiver. The football was batted. And Gabe Sheffield just looked up and the football was in his hands. That is crazy. Oh my gosh, that is funny. That was kind of funny. But you know what? We will take it. That was a 9-yard reception by Gabe Sheffield. We will take it. High snap. Mess is going to be tackled all the way back outside the 41-yard line. So we took 9, but we gave back 5. We have got to find something. The Builders need something. Now, what is happening is, first of all, look, their defense, it is a very aggressive attacking defense. So offensively, you have to ask yourself in your play calling, what can I call that I can use against a very aggressive defense? Because right now, their safeties aren't even playing deep. They're less than 10 yards off of the line of scrimmage at the snap of the football as Coleman able to spot a wide receiver out in the left flat, but unable to deliver a clean ball. So the Builders have to come up with something. Now, one play that normally works against a very aggressive defense, folks, is a halfback screen. If you can somehow sail that screen and get a lot of these defensive players upfield and you can drop one behind them for a screen with blockers out in front, then maybe you can loosen up that defensive secondary and make them play back a little bit further. But right now, they're pretty much pinning their ears back, and they are coming after us. So the Builders will punt this one away, as the Builders will take a timeout.
Timeout. Apprentice.
So we will take a bit of a soft timeout with them. So we'll stay right here, but we'll be back to give you the call of this upcoming fourth down play in just a moment. Jay Sean Amon back to receive this punt from the Builders. He's sitting around his own 5-yard line, 10:38 remaining in the first half. Mustangs with a 16-0 lead is, wow, looked like they lined up offsides. Builders fake it. The pass goes to Gaines. Gaines able to pick up enough for a first down, and the Builders able to convert on a trick play, on a fake punt by the Builders. And that's going to be a completed pass from the punter to Gaines, who's able to pick up enough for a first down. The football now sits on the Mustang 20-yard line. 1st and 10, Builders. Gutsy call. That was a gutsy call right there. Because if that would have failed, that would have given the Mustangs exceptional field position, but instead it goes for a huge gain, and that gives the Builders a first down. So can the Builders capitalize? That is the question. 4 wide receivers set once again. Coleman pressured already. Coleman had his running back on a crosser, but unable to hit him. So that is going to be 2nd down upcoming for the Builders. Again, football on the Mustang 20-yard line. Logan Coleman made the right decision. The pocket had deteriorated. He was able to get out into the right flat, but just unable to quiet himself enough to deliver a catchable pass to his wide receiver on the crosser. So Ty Taylor is now into the backfield. Ty, that one had just a little bit too much on it, and it was thrown across the wrong shoulder for Ty Taylor to be able to handle that. But that could have been interesting had he been able to make that connection. So again, that was 3rd down and 10. So you can imagine this may be 4-down territory for the Builders. 9.5 minutes remaining in the first half on senior day here at the Apprentice School. 6 honorees today as the game clock, I keep saying the shot clock, now down under 10 for Logan Coleman. Coleman with time. delivers into the end zone. That one is going to be short as T.K. Petty tried to work his way back to it. Coleman had a lot of pressure in his face, unable to step into that one. You have to think if he was able to actually deliver a clean pass, that would have given T.K. Petty an opportunity to make a play on the ball. But since there was so much pressure around him, Coleman was not able to step into that pass, and it kind of came up lame right around the goal line. So this is 4th down and 10. Builders again can pick up a first down without getting a score. Back motions out of the backfield. Coleman. That time, I'm not really sure if Coleman got flushed out of the pocket as much as he may have flushed himself out of the pocket. So that is going to be a turnover on downs. Builders unable to capitalize on that trick play to get themselves into position to try to put points on the board against a really tough Monroe College defense. So a bit of a frustrating first half for not only the Builder team, but the Builder fans. Haven't been given a whole lot to cheer about so far here on Senior Day, but there's still a whole nother 9 minutes and 16 seconds left in this half, and we still have the entire second half yet to be played. So don't go anywhere. Game isn't over yet. As Raiden Oliver brings his offense back onto the field. As we are going to get a stoppage, that's going to be a timeout being taken by the Mustangs.
Timeout, Monroe.
Play clock had gotten down, so to avoid the penalty, they take a timeout. So we will take a brief timeout with them. 9:16 remaining in the first half. Builders trail 16-0 to Monroe. First and 10, Mustangs, as Oliver back on the field with his offense. Play fake, pass out to the flat. That one is going to fall incomplete. The intended receiver was Donovan Brown. Last time we saw Donovan Brown with the football, Oliver had delivered a beautiful strike on a quick slant that he was able to take down inside the Builder 5-yard line where the Mustangs later scored. So the Mustangs, again, deciding to test the air against the Builders in this contest, have actually, I believe, less than 5 rushing attempts. Yep, only 4 so far this afternoon for a total of about 3 yards. As this time, the handoff goes up the middle, and the Builders, I'm telling you, they have eaten the run for lunch this afternoon. That interior of the defensive line for the Builders has really come to play when it comes to the run. Nice job of just knifing in there and stopping that one for maybe about we're going to give them a half a yard gain on second down. So it's going to be 3rd down and long upcoming for Oliver. We know what's coming. We know the pass is coming. So they will not run the football at all on this play. So maybe the Builders can flood the zone with defenders as the crosser comes, and they do not deny him the first down. That's Jashawn Amon. And that's going to be enough for a first down as teams kind of get tangled up a little bit here on the near side, the Builder sideline. Just a simple underneath crossing route. by Amon is enough for a first down, so that'll keep possession with the Mustangs. 8 minutes remaining in the first half. Clock continues to tick. As Oliver, once again, with a 4 wide receiver set, single set back behind him. As we're going to get a stoppage, and that's going to be a timeout. Once again, the play clock.
Timeout, Monroe. That's their second timeout of the half.
Once again, the play clock got down to round 0, so Coach Pooley calls his second timeout of the first half. He is now down to 1. Builders have 2, and the Builders trail 16-0 here in the first half again on Senior Day. So glad you can join us. So as far as the elements go, things have not changed at all. We're still sitting around 60 degrees. Wind still about the same, about 12 miles per hour. I thought the wind may play a bit of a factor in the game so far. It has not. Name of the game so far, Builders just have not been able to get anything going offensively. We can't get anything going on the ground. The passing game just has not been there so far in the first half. Defense is playing valiantly, especially against the run, as Oliver delivers out in the flat to Donovan Brown. Jyshawn Jackson on the coverage from that free safety position, able to get Brown out of bounds. Brown picked up about 5 on first down. Football sitting on the Mustang 43-yard line. Again, Mustangs, not much of a running team at all today. I don't think they've been much of a running team during the season, as the handoff goes to the inside, and the Builders able to snuff that out right around the line of scrimmage. Rodriguez Johnson did not pick up much of anything. So Darius Carney there to bring the running back down right at the line of scrimmage. So that puts the Mustangs behind schedule on third down and 5 upcoming. So the thing that's been killing the Builders has just been that underneath crosser by the wide receiver. Let's see if they run that here. Everybody runs a go route. Builders put pressure on the quarterback. They flush him out of the pocket, but he's able to pick up enough for a first down, and that moves the sticks into plus territory for the Mustangs. That was a nice job of just stepping up and finding the soft spot in the defense was Raiden Oliver. Linebackers have vacated the middle of the field. So for any quarterback, that is, man, that's free lunch right there. So ball in plus territory now at the Builder 48-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Mustangs. Oliver fakes the handoff. He's pressured. Oliver circles back. Football is out. Builders are able to pounce on it. That is the second turnover today by the Builders, and the second one by Gaines of covering up the football. But, folks, there is a flag on the play. I believe that is going to go against the offensive line. I think that will ultimately be holding.
Holding, offense, number 78. That penalty be declined, first down.
So the Builders will take over with the football in plus territory. The line of scrimmage for the Builders will be right at the Mustang 40-yard line. So, folks, the opportunities have been there. The defense has played, seriously, the defense has played pretty well. Up to this point, the defense has only given up 9 points because, remember, one of those touchdowns came via a fumble that was a scoop and score by the defense of the Mustangs. So right now, the Builder defense is playing really, really well. So it all depends on, can we get something going on offense to give this crowd an opportunity to have something to get excited about, and it will not happen on that play as Messi is going to be tackled right at the line of scrimmage. So the run hasn't been there. The pass hasn't been there. So how can you attack this aggressive, and I mean this aggressive, defense? If you're going to pass, it has to come out quick. So the Builders got to get something out of they got to get the football out of Coleman's hands quick. It's got to be 3 steps and out. Much better on that connection with Xavier Hunter. So that needs to be the name of the game until they're able to loosen up this defensive front for the Mustangs. We can't have Coleman holding the football for 2, 3, and 4 seconds. It's got to be a 3-step drop. Football has to come out, and we're going to get 5 yards right back to him. I think we'll see. It's either going to be offsides or a false start. Let's see what Chip Bishop has to say.
Offsides, defense, number 19. Result, first down.
And there you have it. The result of the penalty is going to be a first down. That was a 3rd down and 2. That's going to give the Builders a first down. So once again, every pass play for the Builders has to be something quick. It has to be 3 steps. Football has to come out. So the Builders want to send a couple of players deep. That's fine, but we need somebody that can come across the middle. If that would have been a catchable ball, that could have been a flag. Because the corner for the Mustangs never turned around and played the football, and there was hand fighting all the way downfield between himself and Xavier Hunter. But they probably deemed that one uncatchable, so that's probably one of the reasons why a pass interference flag did not come out. So 2nd down and 10. Let's see if the offense can give Logan Coleman something easy to complete on 2nd down. Try to put the Builders in 3rd and manageable. It's got to come out. Football has to come out. Logan Coleman gets leveled. Wow. Logan Coleman was flushed from the pocket, and Joseph, I think that's Pommier, just came up and just met him. Nothing vicious at all about the hit, but boy, that was a solid hit, as the Builders are going to be flagged for a false start. So that's going to be called on our left tackle, and that's going to back the Builders up 5 yards.
False start. Offense, number 73. 5-yard penalty. Still 3rd down.
So Hayden Moody, one of the senior honorees today on Senior Day, is going to be flagged for that 5-yard false start penalty. So that is going to make it now 3rd and long or longer for the Builders. It moves from 3rd and 7 to now 3rd and 12. Play clock now at 6. Logan Coleman looks. That pass intended for Overton, but that one was covered up. So there's a flag in the secondary. Usually when flags drop in the secondary, that is normally something on the defense, and I think holding is going to be the call against the Mustangs, so the Builders are going to get bailed out right here.
Holding, defense, number 1. Automatic, first down.
There you go. Those are the 3 words I like to hear. Automatic, first, and down, in that order. So we will take that one, ladies and gentlemen. That will continue the drive for the Builders. Football now inside the red zone at the 19-yard line. remember for a couple of years they were calling the red zone. They were calling it like the green area or something like that. I don't know if anybody remembers that. A couple of years ago, they changed it from the red zone to the green area. I have no idea why they done that. That was like the dumbest thing. So, folks, for the rest of my life, inside the 20-yard line will always be the red zone, forever. So, Coleman with a single setback next to him. On his left is Ty Taylor. Inside handoff to Taylor. Taylor, couple of jump cuts. Able to get ahead of 4 positive yardage on first down. That was good. That was better. That was about 3.5 yard, 4-yard gain on first down. Clock continues to tick here as we get closer to halftime. 2:40 left in the first half as the sun starts to come back out again. And that's a bad snap. Pickett. And Logan Coleman almost made that one an adventure of getting on top of that one. So he's going to cover that one up, and that's going to push the Builders all the way back outside of their 30-yard line, and that's going to bring up a 3rd and long situation now. So the Builders got to get all the way down to the 10 or 9-yard line to pick up a first down. Ball right now on their on the Mustang 32, and I think we're going to get a timeout. Nope, I take it back. They're not going to take a timeout. This is the 2-minute timeout, not the 2-minute warning, but this is the 2-minute timeout. So they'll take a timeout. We'll do the same. We'll be back for the next 2 minutes of the first half of this afternoon's contest. Two minutes remaining in the first half of senior day here at the Apprentice School. 6 honorees on the occasion as Coleman thought about launching it, pulled it back. But instead, he sails that one out of bounds. Now, there's going to be a flag right as he was flushed out of the pocket. I believe there's going to be a hold. Eventually is going to be the call from Chip Bishop here against the Builders as Chip looks to the sideline to the coaching staff for Monroe to find out what they want to do.
Holding offense number 74. That penalty's declined. 4th down.
So that is going to bring up 4th down. Boy, you would have liked to have seen the Builders at least pick up half of those yards to go to try to make a decision about whether they want to try to go for it on 4th down. But instead, we're going to punt this one away. Surely we're not going to try a field goal. Nope. So the Builders will try to see if they can pin the Mustangs deep.
Timeout. Apprentice. That's their 2nd timeout of the half.
So the Builders take a timeout here, and we will sort of take a soft one with them. 1:52 remaining in the first half. Builders trail 16-0 on senior day. 1:52 remaining in the first half. Builders trail 16-0. Fourth down. Builders were going to punt, but after that timeout, they've decided to go for it on fourth down, and we're going to get a timeout taken now by Coach Kevin Pulley.
Timeout. Monroe. That's their third and final timeout of the half.
So Coach Kevin Pulley will take a timeout to talk things over with his defense. Again, Coach Pulley is in his third season at the helm of the Monroe Mustangs. Again, his career record is 13-15. Now, believe it or not, he is only the second head coach in program history for Monroe College. Now, they've only been in existence. They've only been playing football for a little over 10 years. And prior to that, they had only one coach for the entire 10 years. So during that time, Coach Kevin Pulley was on the staff. He was originally hired by the then head coach for the Mustangs, and the reins just were simply turned over to Coach Kevin Pulley. So only the second head coach in Mustang history is Coleman. They only sent 3, and all 3 got to Coleman. Now, that kind of goes the same as a punt for the Builders, because they were too far away for a field goal attempt, and they were in too close to actually punt it. So that kind of serves as almost like a punt for the Builders. So the Mustangs will take over at the 29-yard line. Now, what that does is that puts a little bit more wear and tear on your quarterback, who's already taken some shots this afternoon, and he doesn't look the worse for wear over here on the sideline as he walks slowly over to the bench area. Some of that could be pain. Some of that just could be frustration as well, because it has been a frustrating afternoon offensively for the Builders in this contest. So here comes Oliver, able to complete it with a defender draped all over his wide receiver. So that's Amin. That is his, man, how many catches does he have today? I'll look at the stats at the half and let you know. Is Oliver circles. Continues to hold the football, going in the wrong direction. Nina missed the tackle, and he's still able to get it downfield to a receiver who may take it all the way. That is going to be a 68-yard touchdown reception from Oliver to his wide receiver, Donovan Brown. So that's a 68-yard touchdown pass, which will now make it 22-0 with the point after pending. As Oliver was flushed out of the pocket, Builders had a couple of opportunities to bring him down for a big loss on that play. Okay, so that was not Oliver. That was actually Jaden Young, who's in as a backup. He's actually the backup to Rayton Oliver. But, man, they look the same out there at quarterback, as this snap, hold, and kick are all good for Joseph Wright. So 1:01 remaining in the first half here on Senior Day. Builders trail 23-0 after a 68-yard pitch and catch between Young and Brown. Will be back. 23-0 is our score. 1:01 remaining in the contest. I'm sorry, in the first half. Been a bit of a nightmarish first half for the Builders offensively. That last play, that one pretty much is a Freddy Krueger level as far as a nightmare as well. Builders with an opportunity to bring Jaden Young down a couple of times as this kickoff will be fielded by Overton. Overton trying to find a crease, able to surge out to the 25-yard line, 56 seconds remaining as, again, the Builders had a couple of opportunities. I actually thought Benny Nina was going to bring him down behind the line of scrimmage, but instead he was able to wrestle out of the tackle from Benny Nina and was able to find Donovan Brown in the middle of the field, and Brown just outran coverage. I mean, he turned on the afterburners, and next thing you know, 68 yards later, he is in the zone, in the end zone for 6. So 23-0 is our score. As Coleman brings the offense back onto the field. Messi, his single set back to his right. Coleman delivers, finds his receiver. That's Overton. Short gain on first down. The clock continues to tick. Now 43 seconds left. Builders are out of timeouts. So are the Mustangs. It's Coleman. Tries to hit his receiver on a crosser. Flag comes out. That's going to stop the clock. Beecham was the intended receiver. Was there contact prior to the pass?
Pass interference, defense. Number 21 is spot foul, automatic first down.
So they're calling that one a spot foul with an automatic first down attached to it. That was Jordan Byron that was in coverage who committed the penalty. So the Builders with a fresh set of downs. Clock stopped at 32 as Coleman has time. Delivers downfield looking for Beecham. Beecham is going to be interfered with. Will there be a flag? No. That one was interesting. Well, Josiah was looking back for the pass, but the corner in coverage was not. I thought that might warrant a flag. It did not, so that's going to fall incomplete. Second down and 10, 24 seconds remaining. As Logan Coleman will get another opportunity. Again, the 6'2", 210-pound freshman quarterback. And for Swanger, who was injured. Coleman bounces that one in front of T.K. Petty. So, again, that'll stop the clock. 20 seconds remaining in the first half. As you can see, a lot of Builders with their hands, with their palms kind of turned up skyward, like everybody's trying to figure out exactly what to do, what is going on. So all the guys out there really want to help the offense. But I think guys just kind of feel powerless to do anything with 20 seconds left in the first half. Mustangs run a stunt up front. Pass downfield. That was a lot of contact. We do have a flag on the play, but it's not where the reception would have taken place. It's back near the line of scrimmage. So that could be holding on the defense. I think that the running back was trying to get out into the flat, and he may have been held. So we'll get the call here from – nope, that is actually going to be against the Builders. So that may be a legal formation, I think. So they're going to decline it. Here's the call from Chip Bishop. And that's ineligible receiver downfield. And that's going to go against the offense. So that's going to be declined. So that'll make it now third down. No, that'll make it fourth down. I'm sorry. So that'll make it fourth down and 10, 14 seconds left. Builders are going to punt the football away unless they try another trick play, which, I don't think you want to do that from your own 40. So Daquan Stewart set to receive this punt from Logan Eastman. Eastman punts it away. That one will probably hit and take off. And that will run out of bounds right at about the 10-yard line. So 5 seconds remaining in the first half. So that'll be enough for one more play from the Mustangs before we head to the halftime locker room. Again, frustrating first half offensively for the Builders. So it'll be interesting to see what adjustments are made offensively to try to attack this Mustang defense. Now, this is a defense that is prone to giving up points. Now, they're currently coming into this football game on a 2-game losing streak, having dropped one to Snow College and Lackawanna as well. Now, neither one of those teams are pushovers. Neither one of those programs are slouches. But they gave up 85 points to both of those teams defensively before this afternoon. So they have some holes in their defense that can be exploited. We just have to figure out a way what we can put in to try to help exploit that as the clock ticks down to 0. And that will do it for the first half of action here at Builder Field on Senior Day, as 6 of our seniors were honored prior to the beginning of this game, but they have not been honored at all during the game. So both teams will make it into the halftime locker room for rest, refreshments, and adjustments. So we will step away with them as well, ladies and gentlemen. Our halftime score here at Builder Field: the Mustangs of Monroe College 23, the Apprentice School Builders nothing. We're a couple of minutes away from the beginning of the second half of senior day here at the Apprentice School Athletic Center. Once again, Howard McCain broadcasting to you from the Jimmy Wilson press box here at Builder Field as the Mustangs of Monroe College are enjoying a 23-0 lead over the Builders here at home. So normally there are two stats that can usually tell the tale of the outcome of the game. Usually that's the turnover battle and explosive plays. And right now, based on the score, Monroe is winning the turnover battle and the battle for producing explosive plays. Now, if you look at some of the stats from the first half, some of the ones that are really, really telling, first of all, one of them is the number of offensive plays that each team has run. Now, right now, Monroe, they've run 22 plays for 165 yards. The Builders have run 41 plays for 72 yards. So it's not like we aren't having the opportunity to run plays. We just aren't doing a lot with those. Now, right now, as far as the turnover battle, Builders have had 3 fumbles. They have lost 2. The Monroe, they have had 1 fumble, and they have lost 1, and they've also thrown an interception. As far as stats, individual stats go, Raiden Oliver, the quarterback for the Mustangs, he is 7 of 11 for 101 yards, and he's thrown 2 picks in the contest. This is a real telling stat here. As far as rushing yards, every single person that has carried the football in the first half for Monroe has a total of negative yardage, each one of them. Oliver -2, Johnson -1, Jackson -2, and Jaden Wright -2. So up front, the Builders are winning the battle in the trenches as far as the run game goes, but it's the passing game and the turnovers that have caused problems. Donovan Brown has 3 catches for 110 yards. His longest catch, of course, is the 68-yarder that resulted in a touchdown. For the Builders, Logan Coleman, he is 8 of 20 for 63 yards, no touchdowns. Kobe Messi is the leading ball carrier for the Builders, 8 carries and 12 yards. T.K. Petty is the leading receiver for the Builders. He has 1 catch for 31 yards. Now, sacks count as rushing attempts, believe it or not, in a football game. So right now, Logan Coleman has 10 rushing attempts for a total of -11 yards. So those are some of your stats from the first half. Those may lend an idea to you why the Builders are down by a score of 23-0. But if you've been watching this contest from the very beginning, you've been able to see how stifling that Monroe first half defense was and how fortuitous they were with the turnover opportunities that they were created. So we're into a new half. Let's see if the Builders have been able to make some halftime adjustments that can help them out on offense as the kick is away for the start of the first half. Josiah Beecham will let it. Whoa. He decides to pick it up at the 1-yard line. That was not a good idea. So I don't think he was originally going to let it go into the end zone, but it looks like it was starting to come. It was a start to roll to a stop right at the 1, and he had to go ahead and field it because remember, when the kickoff stays on the ground, that is still a live football. So if the other team pounces on it, that is a turnover. So he went ahead and fielded it, but he did not give the offense or do the offense any favors as the offense makes their way onto the field, and it looks like there's going to be a change at quarterback. I do not see Logan Coleman making his way onto the playing surface with the offense. He's still on the sideline with his helmet off. So instead, they go with Eduardo Rios, the 6'1", 175-pound freshman. He will come in at quarterback as he moves over from the wide receiver position. So they come out again with 4 wide receivers. Single set back next to Rios, and we have a stoppage in play. And I think this is going to go in the offense. I believe it's going to be delay of game. And that's exactly what it is. So that will move the Builders back inside their own 5-yard line with an aggressive attacking defense coming after them as they go into zero coverage. This shows you what respect they have for the Builder passing game as the defense goes into zero coverage. And I think on that run play for Rios, he's going to have a loss on the play. So he was lucky to get out of the end zone on that quarterback design run, and he gets the ball out to the 1-yard line. So dare I say right now, offensively, the Builders are in trouble again. The Mustangs are in zero coverage. No one is back deep. As number 9 makes his back pedal, Builders try to go downfield. That wasn't a bad thrown ball to Josiah Beecham. And that's going to bring up 3rd down and 17. So the Builders are going to have to give their special teams an opportunity to get some yardage behind them to punt this football away. Right now, if they don't pick up a single yard, the punter, Logan Eastman, will have his heels on the back of the end zone if the Builders are unable to pick up anything on 3rd down. Four wide receiver set, single setback to the left of Rios. Rios looks to his left. Had a receiver open, but he bounced it in to him. As Overton was the intended receiver, that one falls incomplete. So on comes the punting unit. So however this goes, the Mustangs are going to have excellent field position to start their first drive of the second half. Now, right now, with the visiting team going from right to left on your screen, the sun is right in their faces offensively. So will that be an issue for the Mustangs as they attempt to field this punt? Eastman, his best punt of the afternoon, it is taken by Amin, who's able to get up the right side and take the football inside the 20-yard line of the Builders, and that is where the Mustangs will start their opening drive of the second half in fantastic field position. Football is going to be, looks like around about the 14-yard line of the Builders. The Mustangs already lead by a score of 23-0. So we saw Jaden Young come on at quarterback early or late in the second half in relief of Raiden Oliver. And I believe that is who is back out there at quarterback to start this second half drive. Nope, I take it back. That is Raiden Oliver. So Raiden Oliver is back on the field for the offense to start this opening drive of the second half. Long stoppage in play here. As the play has now been whistled in. Man in motion is Amon. Oliver looks for his wide receiver. That's Donovan Brown, who has just had himself a day. Again, over 100 yards in the first half with a touchdown. He and Oliver able to connect. Pickup of about 7 yards, close to 8 yards. That'll be second down and short upcoming.
7-yard gain to the 5 brings up 2nd and 3.
Not a running team are the Mustangs, which is kind of funny because you sort of associate running with Mustangs, but I don't know. Man in motion, and we have a flag on the far side, and I believe it's going to be a false start against the offense. So that play will be null and void. As Chip Bishop gives the indication. So that'll back the offense up 5 yards, and that'll move them back to their own 8-yard line. I'm sorry, the Builder 8-yard line. Actually, it's closer to the 10-yard line. Oliver delivers to the back corner, tried to find Brown. Did that one touch the ground? They're going to rule it a touchdown as Oliver took a shot, and he is still on the ground at the end of the play in the offensive backfield. He's up, but he's hurting, but that will go as a 10-yard touchdown pass from Oliver to Brown. I actually thought that football may have grazed the ground. There was a flag on the play right around the goal line, but from my vantage point, man, it looked like the ground may have assisted in that catch, but we don't have the luxury of instant replay, so that will go as a So that'll be unsportsmanlike conduct on the Builders. So the touchdown will count. 29-0 is our score as the Mustangs look to add to that lead, and they do. 12:50 remaining in the third quarter, and the Mustangs have extended their lead to 30-0 over the Apprentice School Builders here at Builder Field on Senior Day. They're going to step away for a moment, and we'll do the same. We'll be back. Thirty to nothing is our score. 12:50 remaining in the third period as the Mustangs hang another 7 on the board. As the Builders unable to do much of anything with their opening drive of the second half as they were pinned deep in their own territory. Quick 3 and out and a punt. Punt return set the Mustangs up inside the Builder 20-yard line, really at the Builder 14-yard line, where it only took about 3 plays to get into the end zone. So the Builders get an opportunity once more as this one will go into the end zone and out. So the football will come out to the Builder 25-yard line as I believe. Now, we had Eduardo Rios that went out with the offense on that opening drive of the second half. Instead of Logan Coleman, I was trying to see who would come out with them. And it's going to be Eduardo Rios. So Eduardo will make his way into the offensive backfield once again with the offense. Builders will look to try to mount some semblance of a drive. Again, unable to loosen up this Mustang defense. They've pretty much been pinning their ears back, coming after the quarterback all day long. They show blitz once again here as Rios gets flushed and continues to get flushed until finally he is sacked. So Eduardo Rios is sacked all the way back inside the Builder 10-yard line, and that's going to bring up second down and forever as the offense is trending in the wrong direction for the young quarterback, who again, 6'1", 175-pound freshman. Stadium has gone silent right now. This crowd is looking for anything, something that they can actually cheer about. But right now, nothing doing so far as the clock continues to move. We're now down around 12 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Rios gets it out to his wide receiver, double pass for the Builders, but that one is going to come up way short of Xavier Hunter. And there's a flag back at the back where the pass from Overton was launched. Now, are they, well, that could be an illegal forward pass, because if Rios did not throw that football backwards to Overton, Overton could not throw that ball. So the officials are having a conversation about that right now to determine whether that was a backwards pass, because if it wasn't, that was an illegal forward pass, and that will incur a penalty that will push the Builders back even further than where they already are. So personal foul, roughing the passer, that's going to be on the defense. Oh, wow. So that is going to go against the defense because, again, Overton on that play went from being a receiver to a passer, and apparently the defender hit Overton in a manner that they thought was that the officials thought was unnecessary. So that is going to give the Builders 15 yards. That gets them out of the shadow of their end zone and gives them a little bit more breathing room along with a first down as Rios stops, looks over to the sideline to see if the play has changed based on the defense. Safeties are back. This may be a handoff. Instead, it's going to be a quarterback run. Rios, I don't know if he tripped up or was he tripped up? I'm not sure, but he went down quickly after he crossed the line of scrimmage. That's going to be a minimal gain on first down of 1. That's going to bring up second down and 9. Builders back to the line quickly. This time, 3 wide receivers set instead of 4 as Rios gets pressured. It's flushed. Finds a receiver over in the left flat. Here on the near side is Overton, and Overton tiptoes out of bounds at about the 46-yard line of the Builders, and that will be enough for first down. Clock continues to tick now. We're just under 11 minutes left in the third quarter here on Senior Day as the Builders go back to 4 wide receivers. Single setback. Rios flushed, decides to pass it, had his receiver, which was his running back out of the backfield, Messi, and that one was a poorly thrown football. Messi unable to corral it and bring it in. So that'll bring up second down and 10. So similar to Logan Coleman, Eduardo Rios, when flushed out of the pocket, is having difficulty connecting with his target as he runs laterally to the line of scrimmage. And that's going to be a false start on the Builders. So there may be an issue with Chip Bishop's microphone on the field. But again, that's going to be a false start whistled on our left tackle, Hayden Moody, one of our seniors that was honored prior to this afternoon's contest here on Senior Day at the at Builder Field. Rios deals over the middle. He had T.K. Petty, but the pass was way out in front. Thank gosh it was not picked off. So that'll stop the clock with a little over 10.5 minutes left to play. Third down and 15 upcoming. So being down by 30, there's a good chance, again, that the whole field, the entire field, is going to be 4-down territory. So if Rios cannot pick up the entire 15 yards on third down, maybe he can pick up at least half to make fourth down a little bit more manageable. Mustangs rush 3. Pass was intended for Ty Taylor out of the backfield, but Rios and Taylor were unable to connect, so it will be 4th and 15 from the Builder 46-yard line. So on comes Logan Eastman. Back goes the Mustangs' dynamic receiver, Jashawn Amon, to receive this punt from Logan Eastman. 10:31 left in the third. 2 possessions of the second half have both resulted in a punt so far for the Builders. As Eastman drives this one, fair catch was called for. Is there a flag? Looks like there's a flag at the 20-yard line. And another one here out of bounds and way over on the other sideline at the 30-yard line. Now, from where they're dropped, these have to be on the receiving team, right? So they're asking Coach Brown what would he like to do in this situation. So obviously this is going to be on the receiving team. According to the officials in the box, looks like that's going to be 12 men on the field. Now the Builders were in 4th and 15. So of course that is not going to change much of anything. So there's a good chance they may just decline this and just take the punt. Yeah, you just take, if it's not going to give your team a first down, and if it's not going to improve, and if it's not going to be fortuitous to their field position, you just take the play, and we just continue to move forward. So Coach Brown decides to decline the penalty. As Raiden Oliver brings his offense back onto the field, having just scored a moment ago, or on their last possession, rather, thanks to a very, very short field. They only had to go about 14 yards to get the football into the end zone, and they did. The point after was good. Thanks to a 10-yard touchdown pass from Raiden Oliver to Donovan Brown. Pressure in the face of Oliver, still able to connect with his wide receiver, Evan Harrington. Harrington was able to pick up about 4 on the play. If it's one thing that this offense has not done, they have not hidden from any of us what their game plan is. It's to throw the football. And, man, it has to be extremely frustrating for a defense to know what's coming but still not be able to handle it as they attempt to run the ball again in the second half. That may be one of only 3 rushing attempts they may try for the entire second half. They were able to pick up about 2 on that play. So here's a third down upcoming. So here's an opportunity for the Builders to get these Mustangs off of the field, to get the football back over to your offense. Again, valiant effort this afternoon by the Builder defense. This is Oliver, delivers. That's going to be a first down and more. That's Jashawn Amon, who's able to get over into plus territory, deep into plus territory at that, all the way down to the Builder 26-yard line, And this drive will continue 1st and 10 Mustangs deep in Builder territory. So a horribly efficient day passing for the Mustangs as they once again continue to drive deep into Builder territory here on Senior Day. It's Oliver delivers. Here's Brown. Brown able to surge upfield, and that's going to be enough for another Mustang first down as the clock continues to roll. 7:56 remaining in the first half. I'm sorry, in the third quarter. Much of what we've seen in the first half is continuing here in the second half. Haven't seen many adjustments yet from the Builders, whether it be offensively or defensively, yet in the contest. Oliver keeps, and he's flushed out of bounds for a loss on the play. Nice job by Benny Nina to continue to play hard and force Oliver out of bounds on the far side. Whoop, they're going to say he made it back to the line of scrimmage. Oh, no, they're not. They're going to adjust it. Okay, I was about to say. So he lost about maybe 2 yards. Oliver lost about 2 yards on first down. So it's going to make a 2nd and 12 upcoming. Clock continues to roll. Single setback next to Oliver is Jackson, who has less than 5 carries. This time the rush gets home. The football comes out. Football is on the playing surface, and the Builders force another turnover as the Builders on the strip sack get the football out, and they come up with a loose ball. So the Builders will take over at their own 30-yard line, 1st and 10. Again, valiant effort this afternoon by the Builder defense, and they look absolutely exhausted as they make their way here to the near side. So the defense has done their job this afternoon. They have absolutely nothing to hang their heads about. They have gone out there and given it their all. So a nice job of just turning it into a busted play to begin with, and then an even better job in pursuit and stripping the football from the quarterback by the defense, and they secure it for the offense, who is led back on the field once again by Eduardo Rios. So the Builders go back to the 4 wide receiver set, single set back next to Rios, and the give to the running back gets stuffed. Stuffed in the backfield for another loss on first down, so that is going to make Eduardo's job a little bit more challenging. That'll make it now 2nd down and about 12. Ball on the Builder 28-yard line after a strip sack of Raiden Oliver. Football covered up by the Builders at their own 30-yard line. As Rios takes the snap from center. Rios flushed. Tries to deliver it into triple coverage. And actually, T.K. Petty had an opportunity at it. But again, the Builder offense is looking straight into the sun. So there's a chance that TK could not find that football, because if you look at the way the shadows are sitting on the players, any of the players have to turn and look back for the football are looking straight into the sun. So Rios on 3rd and 12. Flushes himself out of the pocket and delivers over the middle. Finds a receiver, and that's going to be a first down. Builders, nice job that time of getting the football to his receiver. That was Trayvon Ball with his first reception of the afternoon, and that gives the Builders a first down. Inside handoff goes to Ty Taylor, and a flag comes in from the back judge. And I see when I say he launched it, was that the back judge? Boy, he launched that flag. That had to be about a 25-yard flag. You know, the only thing that concerns me when I see an official throw a flag from that far, I don't know if anybody remembers several years ago, as we get the call now from Chip Bishop, they're going to pick up the flag. I don't know if anybody remembers several years ago in the NFL, an official threw a flag, and the flag ended up going into the helmet of Orlando Brown. And the flag hit Orlando Brown in the eye. And that flag gave him problems for the remainder of his career, having taken that flag in his eye. So I remember now that officials, now when they throw the flag, they throw them more towards the ground or straight up in the air, as we're going to get another flag here, and that's going to be an offsides against the Mustangs. So that'll give the Builders an additional 5 yards. Now, I know prior to that, if I'm not mistaken, the inside of the flag, I think was it filled with like bearings or something? It was some type of a hard something hard, and I know they went to something a little bit softer inside those flags as the years have gone on. I'm pretty sure nobody listening was wanting a lesson in flag etiquette, but figured I'd kind of help everybody out just in case. This is an all-encompassing broadcast. We do want to educate as well as entertain. Rios delivers out to the left flat. TK just could not handle it. And you're going to look at his body language. He is so frustrated. He has had himself a day. Right now, he only has one catch in the game for 31 yards. And his body language just says it all. That one hit TK in the hands. So that one actually is on TK and not the quarterback. Play clock at 5. Rios, pressured, looks. TK this time sits down in the middle of the zone and looks the football all the way into his hands for reception for about 9.5 yards. So it'll make it 3rd down and inches to go. So it's 3rd and inches as the Builders set up shop 5 yards away from where they need to get to for a first down. Here's Rios. He's not going to get there. Gosh darn it. I will never understand, folks, in football. Whenever there's 3rd down and less than a yard, we snap it 5 yards away from where you need to get to get a first down. You're gift wrapping a stop for the defense when you do that. So now it's 4th down and 1. Builders are going to go for it. Everyone at the line of scrimmage. He's not going to get there again. Now it would have to come down to they're going to go ahead and signal a first down. So that came down to the snap, whether or not that was going to be a first down. That was close. If he needed 1, he got 1 1/4 on that one.
First and 10 for the Builders from the Mustang 33.
So Builders with a first down, 3:06 left in the 3rd. Long, methodical drive by the Builders. Their most successful drive of the second half, of course. as Rios is pressured. Ball is out. Rios pressure from the backside. That football is going to be picked up by Antonio Beckford, and he's going to rumble all the way down inside the 10-yard line of the Builders. I don't see any flags anywhere on the field, so that is going to be a turnover on the Builders. And right when the Builders were putting together a few plays to get themselves downfield, they turned it over. As Eduardo Rios was flushed out of the pocket, most coaches will tell you that when you're flushed out of the pocket, put both hands on the football as you leave the pocket. Unfortunately, Rios was handling it with one, got sacked from the backside. Football is out. Defense is able to return it downfield deep into Builder territory. So here comes Oliver once again, and we know what's coming. No runs, all pass. Oliver looks, tries to get his wide receiver in the corner, and I believe they're going to call pass interference. I thought that was a good play. I thought Sincere Hawkins did a good job of getting over on Amon. So they're going to call pass interference, but I think they're going to call unsportsmanlike conduct after it because Sincere Hawkins did not like that call, and he made sure the official knew about it. So pass interference on the defense. So both of those penalties are going to go on Sincere Hawkins. So they will move the football. They'll move the football from the 10-yard line all the way into the Builder parking lot. So they can only go, the furthest they can go is half the distance to the goal. So it's on the 10, so they'll take it to the 5, and then they'll take it from the 5 to the 2.5. That's going to be a fumble. That's going to be covered up by the Mustangs. Mustangs tried to catch the defense sleeping with a direct snap to the running back, but that one didn't work because the running back wasn't ready. So the clock continues to tick. Now 2 minutes, 15 seconds remaining in the third. As the game is kind of taking on a bit of a weird kind of feel to it here. As Oliver fakes the handoff, tries to deliver into the back of the end zone, instead just gets rid of it. And that'll make it now third down upcoming. So the Builders with an opportunity to hold the Mustangs out of the end zone. So the Mustangs have been able to capitalize, I believe, on each of their trips into the red zone, if I'm not mistaken, this afternoon. They haven't all been touchdowns, but I believe that they are perfect in the red zone so far. Let's see if the Builders can upset that stat with a stop here on third down. Pass is going to be incomplete, intended for. Who did he throw that to? That was number 3. That was Evan Harrington. Sorry, Evan Harrington. That pass is incomplete. So on comes the special teams. Now, if it seems like the action has really come to a screeching halt, you have to understand that with each incomplete pass, the clock stops. So that will make the quarters seem a heck of a lot longer. And being down 33 to nothing, as the Builders will not get a free play, they're going to whistle this one dead. So will this be offsides or will this be a false start on the offense? So that will be on the defense. That'll be the 5-yard offsides variety. So to make it 2nd and 5 upcoming for the Builders, the football we pushed out to the Builder 27-yard line for Eduardo Rios. As this third quarter has really slowed down. So currently the clock is stopped. Rios delivers out to TK Petty. That will be enough for a first down. So that will be Petty's 3rd reception of the afternoon. The sticks will move. The clock continues to click. I'm sorry, the clock continues to tick. I don't think clocks click. Rios, pressured, delivers. Beecham is behind the defense, but Rios overthrew him by at least 3 yards. And Eduardo is leveled after he delivered that pass downfield. No flag for roughing the passer. That does stop the clock, though. 43 seconds remaining in the third. Builders have actually been more successful in the passing game by testing the middle of the field. Not necessarily trying to get the ball down the sidelines or throwing into the boundary, is when they've been able to hit receivers that have just simply gotten into a soft space in the zone in the middle of the field and just sat down and waited for the pass. See what they do here. Rios is flushed, and he loses the football. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, that's why you must, as a flag comes down late, back behind the play, if you are the quarterback and you are running with the football, you have to secure it with 2 hands. You must secure it with 2 hands. Rios was trying to direct traffic with the football in his hand, and while he was using the football to point for the receiver to go upfield, he just dropped it. It was covered up by the Mustangs, but this flag is being discussed. Again, this flag happened behind the play. So here's the call from Chip Bishop. So that is a tripping foul on the Builders. That will be declined. They will take the result of the play, which is a fumble and a recovery, and the ball goes over to the Mustangs. So even with all of that action, we're still in the third quarter. 34 seconds left in the third quarter. As Rayden Oliver once again brings his offense back onto the field. Single setback next to Oliver is basically there for show. Well, maybe not. They decide to hand it off, and that's going to be no gain or tackle for loss in the run game. And that very well may be the last play of the third quarter, as the play clock is at 25, the game clock is at 18, and we get a flag. Whoa, where did that one come from? Now I saw the sideline for the Mustangs clapping. So that will stop the clock with 17 seconds left in the third, as Chip Bishop will give us the call. after the play, unsportsmanlike conduct on the defense, and he's been ejected from the contest. So that will be it for the day for Kamari Trueblood. So that will be his second unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. So he doesn't even wait. He just goes straight to the locker room. So he is headed to the locker room after picking up his second unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. Now, I did not see him do anything physically on the other side of the field unless I was shielded, and I didn't see it. But, you know, you don't even have to do anything physically. You can just say some very magical words that you should not say when on the field of play, and that will be enough to get a personal foul penalty levied against you. And with it being such a frustrating day for the Builders from a scoreboard standpoint, that may have been verbal frustration. So that will bring us to the end of the third quarter. After 3 here at Builder Field on Senior Day, the Builders trail 33-0 to the Mustangs. We'll be back for the start of the final quarter. We're back for the final 15 minutes of Senior Day. Is that handoff goes crazy. Raiden Oliver tried to hand it off to his running back, but the Builders' defense was in so quick that it actually caused a fumble that Raiden Oliver was actually able to cover back up. So that's going to be a loss on first down for the Builders. Not the Builders, I'm sorry, for the Mustangs. So the clock continues to roll. Builders are down 33-0 in this contest. Builders have run 64 plays in this contest for 102 yards. And we're going to get a stoppage. This is going to be a pre-snap penalty. I believe it's going to go against the offense, and it will. That's going to be a false start, so that'll move them back another 5 yards. So I told you, Builders ran 64 plays through the first 3 quarters for 102 yards, while Monroe has run 34 plays. So the Builders have almost doubled the number of plays that they've run in this contest, but still have not been able to put a single digit on the scoreboard this afternoon. Here's Oliver, who circles way, way back on this play, tried to get it to his receiver in the middle of the field, but that was knocked away by Jashawn Jackson. And there's a flag on the play, right where the quarterback went down. Would this be roughing? Holding. Well, that's interesting because that's going to come with an automatic first down. That can't. Wait a minute. Oh no, I'm sorry. That was holding on the offense. Oh my gosh. I think the day has gotten long for me too, because I'm not even paying attention to what direction the referee is pointing when he's signaling who the penalty was on. So that's going to be a penalty on the offense, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry, not the defense. All right, so that makes it now 2nd and 31 for Raiden Oliver as the Builders jump into the neutral zone but get back out of it. So Oliver with 4 wide receivers. Builders pressure right in his face, and he's going to go down for another loss on the play. So he's going to be taken down and sacked all the way back at the Builder 47-yard line. Looks like a Builder defender. That's Rashad Phipps, lost a shoe. It's always concerning. It's always concerning whenever a piece of equipment from a player is like laying on the field, because you always wonder, like, is a body part in it? But thankfully, there was no foot inside that shoe. So here's Raiden Oliver once again, taking his snap back in his own territory, delivers out into the left flat to the running back, where the Builders just do a great job of gang tackling, as Jaden Jackson was out there on an island but was able to hold up the running back long enough as a flag was dropped on the play. And when the Builder defenders was just so nice enough to just pick it up and give it right back to the umpire. Oh, he caught it. Oh, I missed that. I was looking at the play. So this is more than likely, I believe, is going to be against the offense. Boy, here late in this football game, Chip Bishop has been busy. So here's the call. Unsportsmanlike conduct on the defense. So that's going to result in a first down. Now, remember, that was like a 3rd and like forever. That was a 3rd in Hampton. And that penalty is going to nullify that, and it's going to give the Mustangs a first down. Wow. So Coach Brown is having a long discussion with Chip Bishop about this penalty. So that's going to put the football now at the Builder 25-yard line. It will be 1st and 10 upcoming for the Mustangs, after the Builders were able to push the Mustangs all the way back to their own 47-yard line. But a personal foul penalty is going to nullify that 3rd and about 31 and now make it 1st and 10 at the Builder 25, as the ball will be set to be whistled into play. So the clock starts, 12 and a half minutes left in the football game. As Oliver looks, finds his receiver. His receiver able to get into the end zone. That is, I think that's LaSalle Rose. 5'10", 180-pound redshirt freshman with his first, I believe that may be his first or second reception of the football game. Nope, it is his first, and it goes for 25 yards and a touchdown. .12 remaining in the third, as the point after attempt for Joseph Wright upcoming as the snap, the hold, and the kick are all good. 12-12 remaining in the fourth. 40-0 is the score now here on Senior Day. This is probably the most lopsided scoreboard I've seen since I've been broadcasting football for the Builders. Could have come on a worse day when the Builders on Senior Day decided to send their seniors out with a bang. But man, oh man, this is not how you wanted to do it. So a bit of a frustrating day all the way around, all the way from the field to the stands and up here into the press boxes. We're all kind of scratching our heads trying to figure out exactly what happened today. Builders just have been unable to do anything on offense. The defense has been able to hold for quite some time in the contest, but that can only hold for so long. You need some support from your offense, and the Builders just have not gotten it today. So Braxton and Beecham are now back to receive this kickoff from Joseph Wright. That one is going to be fielded by Beecham. Beecham tries to find a crease somewhere, and he's going to be brought down, I believe, around the 25, 26-yard line. And that's where the Builders will take over 1st and 10, their first possession of the fourth quarter, as frustration has now put on a maroon jersey, and it is definitely on the field for the Builders right now. So Eduardo Rios will march the Builder offense back onto the field to try to see if they can do anything against this defense for the Mustangs. Again, the defense for the Mustangs right now, they're in zero coverage. They have no one deep. And they're daring the Builders to try to throw it downfield, as the Builders are going to be whistled for a delay of game. Play clock is at 00. So the Builders will surrender 5 yards of field position. And that'll take it from the 26 back to the, I'm sorry, not the 26. That was the 26 back to the 21. Sorry. Here's Rios. Has a receiver, Beecham. Flag comes out, and I believe that is going to be against the defense, as we see TK Petty sitting on the ground. So there's a chance that TK was interfered with or held, so that'll go against the defense. As again, everyone in the stands has noticed that the game has really just come to a screeching halt. There have been so many penalties here late in the football game. There have been so many incomplete passes late in the football game, and it has just really, really turned this into a bit of a marathon. So Chip Bishop will earn his money.
Penalty was holding on the Mustangs, number 42. Penalty comes with an automatic. Builder, first down.
So Javon Barnes is going to be whistled for that infraction. The clock is stopped. 11:57 left in the ball game as Rios inside give to his running back. That's Ty Jackson. Ty able to get around the right side, and he dives out of bounds well after the first down marker, so that will be a first down. I'm sorry, I said Jackson for Ty Taylor. That'll be a first down for the Builders. The clock will continue to run.
Correction to the 48-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Builders.
So again, Builders not able to get much going in the running game, but probably able to rip off their largest run on the ground or gain on the ground today with that run from Ty, as that one is nearly picked off. That went right through the hands of T.K. Petty and made it all the way through his hands to one of the safety that was behind him, and he dropped it as well. But we have a flag on the play. Now, this one is behind the line of scrimmage. So unless there was a roughing call that took place, this could either be a hold, and it's going to be an unsportsmanlike conduct on the defense. So that'll be 15 yards. As the Builders have a player down, looks like one of the offensive linemen, and that is Jack Klingerman, who is up on his feet, but he's kind of favoring that right shoulder. 6'4", 275-pound freshman, favoring that left shoulder. I'm sorry, that right shoulder, as he comes to the sideline. So things are getting have gotten really chippy here late in the ball game. Now, the ball is being walked back, and as you can see, one of the players from Monroe was still staying behind the play and still talking to the offensive line. So, yeah, it's kind of gotten a little out of hand. So the officials they are going to talk. They are going to leave it up to the coaches to make sure that they get control of their team. If not, the officials will take it into their own hands, and you don't want that to happen. Here's Rios. Tries to deliver it to his running back, Colby Messi. Both quarterbacks this afternoon, Eduardo Rios and Logan Coleman, have just been very unsuccessful in delivering the football to their running backs here this afternoon. They've targeted them, but I think they've only completed one, and that was one pass that was completed to Ty Taylor in the third. So we're trying to get this flag sorted out. So it looks like the flag is going to be on Monroe.
Penalty is unnecessary roughness on the defense number 32.
So I think we're going to get a timeout. Timeout being taken, I believe, by Monroe, and that will be their last timeout of the game. So 10:49 remaining. They'll take a break, and so will we. Both teams are back on the field after the timeout. Builders 1st and 10 on the 22-yard line after that personal foul penalty. Again, things have gotten extremely chippy here late in the contest, And we're going to get another stoppage in play. And I believe that may be on the Builders. That may be a false start on the Builders. And it will be.
It's a false start on the Builders. Number 8, 5-yard penalty. We'll back it up to the 27-yard line. First and 15.
So this is stopping to be fun now, as the game has really gotten bogged down with penalties, more so personal foul penalties than anything has really bogged down things in this contest, as that is going to be a tackle, I believe, for loss for Messi. As Joseph Pomier was able to knife into the backfield and bring the Builders down behind the line of scrimmage. So it's going to be second down and long upcoming as Beecham slowly makes his way back to the line of scrimmage. Rios takes, looks, tries to find Beecham. Beecham battling over in the end zone, and that one is going to be knocked away by Ty Bowler. So that stops the clock. 10:06 left in the quarter. And that's going to bring up third down and long.
Third and 15 for the Builders.
Builders 4 wide receiver set, single setback goes in motion. Rios pressured, deals. He has Beecham, but I don't think that's enough for a first, is it? He needed to get to the 20. He needed to get to the 17 for a first down, I believe. And I think he is going to be short. He is. So he's short by about a yard and a half.
Gain to the Mustang 13-yard line will be 4th and 1 for the Builders.
Builders still have all 3 timeouts as they come to the line. So again, Builders stay in the shotgun, only needing about a yard and a half, and he is not going to get there. Well, looks like they did not give him a good enough spot, so that's going to be a turnover on downs, and the Builder drive comes up short. So that was the exact same play call the Builders called earlier on 4th and inches. They barely got it, but they did get it. But this time, it comes up short.
Mustangs will take over 1st and 10 from their own 13-yard line. There's a timeout on the field. It's an official timeout.
So the officials take a timeout for an injured player. We will do the same. We'll be back. So after the turnover on downs, the Mustangs will begin their next drive at their own 13-yard line as the Mustangs have a new quarterback into the game. as it's Kadir Thomas, 6 foot, 170-pound quarterback, redshirt sophomore out of Woodbridge, Virginia, is now in at quarterback. So just a minimal gain on first down, 1 yard. Second down and 9 as the clock continues to tick. Builders trail 40-0. Haven't had much of an opportunity to sniff the end zone today. Builders have had a couple of trips. They have had a few trips into the Mustang red zone, but just could not make any hay once they got in there. So they've had their opportunities, just been unable to capitalize, as we're going to get another flag. And, of course, with every flag, that is a stoppage of the clock. So that is a delay of game. So that'll be a 5-yard penalty. So that'll make it now second down and 14. As I would like to make sure I let everybody in the booth knows that whenever we have cuss words, they are going out over the air. Quarterback looks, finds his running back out of the backfield. He's chopped down. Russell Glover on the reception. Clock continues to roll, 7:45 remaining in the contest. Mustangs now down to their third string quarterback, as I start to see some different numbers for the Mustangs making their way onto the field. So it looks like most of their starters are being pulled, and some of their backups are starting to get some opportunities. As with the Builders, I see a couple of new guys out there. Thomas, pressured, flushed out of the pocket. Tries to deliver, pass nearly picked off. That one went straight through the hands of the defender. That's DeAndre Harley. Freshman defensive back had his chance to pull in his first career interception, and that one went straight through his hands. So the Builder defense holds. And on comes the punting unit for the visiting Mustangs. Josiah Beecham will go back to field this punt. Again, he'll be looking straight into the sun. I mean, his shadow is right at 12 o'clock behind him. So this one will hit and run. And it will trickle over into minus territory for the Builders. And that is where the Builders will take over at their own 49-yard line. Shade under 7 minutes left in the contest.
Fans, again, this reminder, the Builders back in action next week in the season finale over at the Neptune Bowl at the Virginia Beach Sportsplex, as the Apprentice School will take on Atlantis University in the third Neptune Bowl. Tickets are on sale now at beachsportsplex.com.
Now, this is only the second meeting between these two teams, Monroe College and the Apprentice School. Builders are currently 0-1 versus Monroe. Last time they played each other, Builders lost 28-21. That was up in New York. So this is the first time these teams have played each other here in Newport News. Hasn't quite gone like the Builders would have hoped, as Rios tries to hit TK. Once again, that one hit TK on the hands. That one goes out of bounds. So that will be an incomplete pass, but all the way back behind the play, there is a flag. Now that is back where Rios let it go. And that's going to be holding on the offense.
Penalty is holding against the Builders.
So that'll back the Builders up 10. And that will make it First and 20 from the Builder 39-yard line. 6:46 remaining. Clock is stopped. Builders in a 4 wide receiver set. Single setback. Give up the middle. Builders able to get some of that penalty yardage back. Not all. So that'll make it second down and about 16. Play clock at 15. It's Rios. Looks. He's pressured. Rios circles. Nearly got tripped up with the football. Tries to find his receiver, TK Petty, but he throws it straight to the defender, and that is going to be a turnover. He was trying to get it to TK Petty, but there was really no chance of that one making it to TK. Instead, that one hit the defender, Michael Henderson, right in the numbers. And that's going to be a turnover for the Builders. And that is going to stop the clock for the change of possession. 4:47 left in the contest. And the backups for the Mustangs will make their way onto the field. Ball at the 33-yard line of the Mustangs. Builders trying their best to make something happen. Unable to do so on that pass from Rios. So here's Thomas once again in that quarterback with the handoff to his running back, who has barely seen the football today. That's Jack Johnson, who rumbles, and I mean he rumbles his way into plus territory for another first down. He's going to be stopped at the 46. Clock continues to run. Builders make substitutions. That was Rodriguez Johnson with that carry. So he goes out of the contest. A new tailback, I believe, is in the contest. Nope, that is Johnson again. And this time Johnson looks like he was going to be brought down for a loss, but he got out of the tackle in the backfield, surged upfield and got leveled, but not until he picked up about 5 on the play. He was pretty much dead to rights in the backfield. I thought he was going to be brought down for a loss, but he was able to turn chicken stuff into chicken salad and still be able to pick up some positive yardage. Once again, Thomas with Johnson. Nope, that's a different running back. That's Jackson now. Jackson fumbled the snap, and the ball is going to be whistled dead right there at the point of recovery. So that's going to be about a 2-yard loss on the play from that fumbled exchange. That will not stop the clock. We're now under 4 minutes left in the contest. Mustangs have decided to slow things way down to continue to eat clock. Get out of here with a decisive 40-0 victory. Should they not score another point for the next 3:23 of the game. Play clock is at 1. And that is going to be a penalty. No one on the sideline signaled for a timeout. The Mustangs have 2. But I think they are trying to just Honestly, I think they're trying to get this one over with. Yeah, I think they're trying to get this one over with because I could hear their coaches up top saying what the play clock was at, and if they wanted to signal down to the field that the play clock was about to expire, they would have done so. But instead, I think they took this penalty, but that didn't. But then now the clock is stopped. 3:12 remaining. It's Thomas gives. This is Jackson. Jackson able to bust it out to the left side, and a late flag comes in at the end of the play. So I don't know. This one may go on the defenses, maybe a late hit out of bounds, maybe. Did they end up in the shrubs? I'm not sure. But they may have said that the tackler continued to engage well out of bounds. So that will be a personal foul penalty on the defense. So they will mark off 15 yards at the end of the play, and that will move the football all the way down inside the red zone to the 15-yard line. Clock is stopped as the referee whistles the football back into play. The clock will start. Thomas again at quarterback, replacing Oliver. Jackson is his tailback. The give is to Jackson, and he gets met immediately by Rashad Phipps. And that's going to be a loss on the play. One of the seniors that was honored today, along with Grant Swanger, Alden Custer, Hayden Moody, Jashawn Jackson, and Xavier Hunter, all honored today on Senior Day, as the clock will continue to tick down to the 2-minute timeout, where both teams will get a quick break for this final 2-minute push, and we will take a quick break with them. 2 minutes remaining in the contest. Builders down big, 40-0 here on Senior Day at Builder Field. We'll be back in a moment. Two minutes remaining in this evening's football game. Thomas gives to Johnson. Johnson still running with the football. And we have some extracurriculars going on at the end of the play and some acting going on as well. You guys were talking about Denzel Washington earlier. That right there was Oscar worthy to try to draw a penalty at the end of the play. That was awful. That was Wilberto Sanchez. Hey, somebody should tell him to never do that again. If he was trying to sell that as a personal foul penalty, that was awful. As you can tell, it's gotten late. It has gotten late for all of us. minute 12 remaining in the contest. 3rd down and 10 for the visiting Mustangs, as the handoff goes to Johnson. Johnson is going to be tackled for another loss. Now, depending, okay, so there will be at least one more play before this one is done. So again, next up for the Builders is the Neptune Bowl. That'll take place next week in Virginia Beach. And for Monroe, this will be their final game of the season as well. So they will finish up their 2024 campaign with a 5-5 overall record. Builders will finish up their regular season campaign also with a 5-5 record as well. As that's a fumble. That one is out. That is a turnover. And the Builders, with 7 seconds left on the game clock, force a late turnover that will afford them at least one more play in the football game before both teams get out of here. The shadows of the field have gotten really, really long. So it's gotten really, really late. We are now up over 3 hours in this contest. So there's a good chance the Builders may just go out, go into victory formation, take a knee, let this last 7 seconds peel off the clock. But I would not be surprised if the Builders try to run one more play to try to get that 0 off of the game clock. As for this last play, it's going to be Eduardo Rios that is going to bring the offense back onto the field for this last play. Builders are not going into victory formation. So they are going to run a set play. One single high safety for the Mustangs as Rios hands it off. Messi up the middle, and that will do it. That'll be it. The game clock has hit 00, and that is how it will end. So on senior day, ladies and gentlemen, your final score: Monroe College 40, the Apprentice School Builders nothing, and that will mark the end of the 2024 football schedule for Coach Vincent Brown and the Builders. The Builders aren't done, ladies and gentlemen. They have one more game, the Neptune Bowl, which will take place next week in Virginia Beach. So they have an opportunity to finish up the season with a winning record. So after today's loss, they will drop to 5-5. Coach Kelly and Pulley will improve to 5-5 on the season. So that'll do it for the regular season here at Apprentice School or Builder Field. Ladies and gentlemen, it has been fun. It has been a pleasure. Thank you so much for spending this time with us during the season for Coach Vincent Brown and the Builders, who will finish up the regular season 5-5. Want to thank everyone, Dave Davenport,